In this video, I will show you how to create a storyboard to plan your motion graphic video for this course. You will make a storyboard on a letter-sized background showing a draft version of the major elements in the final video. You will be required to use stills from your background video. This can be done by taking screenshots of your background video and elements from the logo and logo type included on your storyboard to illustrate each scene. Your storyboard must demonstrate the sequencing that will take place within your motion graphic video for the next assignment. Your storyboard will display the placement of your elements as they will appear in your motion graphic video as well. Your storyboard will include the logo, one or two elements, the logo type appearing at a different time than the logo, stills from one of the background videos for the background. If you go to my WordPress account and click storyboard, you can see my example of my storyboard where the first frame has no logo or logo type, and then it progressively has my logo in full frame and then my logo type afterwards. And in the last frame, the full logo and logo type is seen. To make your storyboard, you must make screenshots from one of your background videos, import into Photoshop. So open Photoshop and then import one of your screenshots. Then you must crop this to be 2.5 inches wide and 1.4 inches high, 150 dpi. And then you do that by using the cropping tool and writing the dimensions up here and then clicking the check. Then we will blur this image. In the final video, you will blur the image with the tools in the After Effects program. We want it even more blurry than your video already is. This is so there's a contrast between your hard edge logo and logo type and the background. So use a variety of screenshots from the selected background video to simulate motion. So when you screenshot images from your background video, screenshot them at different points in the video to create a motion effect. Then to blur this image, you go to Filter, Blur. You could try the different blurring effects, such as the Gaussian blur. Then make sure all your elements were exported with a transparent background so they can be placed on your screenshots of your background without having a white background showing from your elements. So to do that, you would open your elements into Illustrator and make sure they have a transparent background. Then you'd go to File, Export for Screens. So File, Export for Screens, and then the format would be the PNG, and then export the artboard. So then you'd click this. Then in Photoshop you can place your logo elements onto your background screenshots for each of your 6 images. These images should show a progression of your motion graphic video with the last image resulting in all of your elements in place. So I'm going to bring in these elements onto this background. So for the first frame, you would save this background with no elements, then add an element, and then another one, and you could show these coming from one side of the screen like that, have a saved image like this, and then have one saved like that where it comes into full frame, and then do the same for your logo type, and then save all of these 6 images to then bring into InDesign. So in InDesign, you will open a new file, and then you are going to create 6 rectangles. All of them will be 2.5 inches by 1.4 inches. And then once you do that, you hit Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Then you will line these up evenly. And then you can copy and paste all at the same time. Then you're going to import your background video images. So go to File, Place, and pick one of your cropped images, and then you right click here, then go to Fitting, then fit content proportionally, and you do that for each frame. Then make sure that each rectangle is at a stroke of 1 point. This is the default, but if it isn't already this, then go to the stroke and just change it to 1 point. So this format is a letter size and the orientation is at landscape. So to get here, you go to File, New Document, then Print, Letter, and make sure it's at landscape. And that's how I got this document to be this size. So the storyboard should show progression revealing the 3 separate elements at one at a time. Element 1 of the logo, then element 2, and the logo and logo type in the final frame. And your resulting storyboard should look something like this. The final motion graphics files will be 1920 pixels wide by 1080 pixels high. So make your storyboard rectangles at this same proportion, but smaller, which is 2.5 inches wide, 1.4 inches high.